A little while into the game, you're tasked with going to Whiterun in order to warn the Jarl about the dragon that's in the wild. Here you're warned that if the dragon goes after Riverwood, they're helpless, so therefore the Jarl needs to know so he can send troops. You're urged by the villagers to act as soon as possible to hurry over to Whiterun. In theory, this is very time sensitive since you and the villagers don't know when the dragons could attack. Now naturally, most people will go to Whiterun as this is the order they're supposed to follow. But the thing is, you don't actually have to do that. You can simply leave and go wherever you like. Explore the map, do other quests and then go to Whiterun. In fact, choosing to not go to Whiterun will make it so that the dragons don't start spawning. Things are just frozen in time. There's no threat of the dragons until you choose to continue the story in which they are a threat, because you as the player dictates the game and the pace of it. Ironically, by taking longer to go to Whiterun, you technically keep the village and world safer. And here is where urgency becomes a bit of a paradox within video games, because you need the setup of having something to happen now in order for the player to feel engaged and like there are actual things at stake in the story, and also to push them into playing the game the way that it's designed to be played. But especially in a game like Skyrim, where you have almost an endless amount of quests and questlines to follow, being forced to only go down one route can make you as the player feel trapped. And in this case, there's no real punishment behind not following the game's instructions. It's simply dialogue where the characters do their best to imply urgency. Because in an open world title like Skyrim, punishing the player for taking their time is at its core counterintuitive. You could of course narrow it down so you have to go to Whiterun first before being allowed to do other quests, but you still have the same problem here that the player might just want to go around and explore first, and they should be allowed to. But that in and of itself nullifies the urgency that's been built up.